Lindsay, thank you very much for being here today. I know you have a lot of information with ESG and topics that are very important for big investors, for big players in the real estate world. I want to start by talking about the impact of ESG on values. Have we seen anything on this field? Have you seen anything happening already?
It's a very interesting point, and there's been a lot of conversation, and that is continuing to build as we're seeing having to invest more and more capital to get our assets up to the required standard for net zero for 2050. So Deepki actually undertook a survey last year to start understanding right across Europe with real estate owners, are we seeing that premium coming through with that ESG investment? Actually, the results are looking really positive. So about 50%, 56% of respondents are actually seeing a premium between 11 15% increase on their asset value. And with regards to tenants and the rental income, that can be anything between 11 and 25% growth. So it's looking positive, which is fantastic news.
Very good, very good. So if you have a player that would need some support in the net zero journey, what would be the steps?
So first, it begins with the data. There's so much data out there, and it's really challenging for real estate companies to really gather that data efficiently and effectively and make decisions, and being able to model what do those investments look like and make sure, are they making the right investment on the right asset to get that maximum return on investment. So it's very much about gathering that data right at an asset level, looking at taking the energy data from an asset to understand what is the state of play today and modelling that against prime pathways to look where is the asset projected to be by 2050. Then they can start modelling and looking at what are the investments for that different type, archetype of asset, different sectors. So they're all performing very differently, from looking at logistics to hotels, hospitals, commercial assets. So really, what investment do they need to make that return and actually hit those net zero goals?
And do you, when you speak to your clients and you are analyzing different kind of data, but you're probably understanding what kind of pressures is coming from investors, from banks, from is it the same? Is still a lot of pressure coming to make sure that real estate industry make the adjustments in order to reach the targets?
Absolutely, and I think we're seeing that momentum grow as regulation evolves, and it's changing every year to keep across that. Banks are asking more questions. There's green loans, and with that, there's got to be really clear evidence. You hear the phrase greenwashing, that it's got to be true, accurate data that you can prove for an asset that actually they're on that journey to net zero. They've got the right strategies in place. So it's not just maybe a few statements anymore. It's really digging into that data and providing that evidence that they're making the right investments and doing the right strategies to make sure they're achieving their goals.
We do hundreds of meetings at the GI all over the world, and the last 24 months I noticed that the ESG topics have been less and less present in the conversations behind closed doors. Is that because it's already a natural thing and it's part of the business, so there's nothing new, we just need to get done,
I think,
why is that?
Again, a really interesting question, and I think ESG is now part of everyone's life. Everybody thinks about it. Just as we get up every morning and we go through our daily routine, we think about it at a personal level in our own homes, about how do we recycle, use waste, fashion, even. It is across everything now. So instead of it being the new hot topic. It is part of our way of life, and it's now really into the detail about how we make the change and how we make the difference.
Final question. Um, if I want to understand a little bit more about what Deepki and how you can assist real estate players in the world to achieve
Yeah.
their goals, what would you say if I ask you what's the key difference between you and other players in the marketplace?
Yeah. So Deepki, we are super good about getting access to data, automating that data and providing that good quality data back to their investors, back to the asset owners, so that they can spend the time on analysing the data to make the decisions, to make the impact. We take that pain away. We'll also then support with the consultancy part of how do we leverage that data. Sometimes you can get a bit data blind, you're throwing a lot at every level across real estate. You could be looking at a property level, at how are they leveraging that data to make decisions, to either make cost savings and energy savings, right up to those big capital investments, what decisions they need to make that difference for the long term. So we're really good at providing that access quickly and being able to make sure that it's a robust data set for people to make confident decisions.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Lindsay.
Thank you.